Well, I wouldn't go that far. Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes.
All right. Welcome. Good morning, Antonio. How'd you sleep last? Oh, you didn't sleep, did you? You worked all night.
Yeah. I just got off a little while ago. So yeah, I'm good.
Jeez, you're a working man. You're out there working the late shift. You know.
Yeah,
you
man.
see dawn and you're like, it's bedtime. You're a vampire. You're like what we're trying to become here. We're trying to become vampires.
Though. Yeah, I didn't like them sparkly vampires in Twilight. I didn't like that.
No, me neither. I didn't. Hey, we got Yellow Flash with us too. Good morning, Yellow Flash.
Good morning.
Can hang out for a half hour or so.
Well, that's good. This is going to be a short stream. I got a doctor's appointment today. I got stuff to do. But yeah, absolutely. Listen, we're all trying to become vampires at this point. I talked about this yesterday. This is a diversity in comics idea, Yellow Flash. She says, die and leave your mortal body behind. You can't pay attention to what these weirdos are saying. You have to actually evolve and become a vampire and not care. Be immune to it. Not fear pain. I'll turn on my camera on. Sorry, I meant to do that already. Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
You got the kill stream debate up. So are you going to do it?
Yeah, here's the thing. Ethan Ralph wrote to me before and kind of said, hey, I think it was something like that. Anyway, somebody brought this up and said, Ethan versus Vox Day on the kill stream. And Ethan Ralph said, yeah, I'd be down for that, of course. And I said, can we do it on my channel? I think I said, fuck, what's my channel? Chop Liver? Like, we'll do it on my channel. And somebody pointed out that, that wouldn't necessarily be fair. You'd want a neutral staging ground. That makes sense to me. That's fair. So today I saw all this. I woke up and I think like 4 or 5 hours ago, Ethan Ralph was talking about how Vox Day had agreed to meet with me in the kill stream and discuss all of this. Okay, let's go. What the hell, dude? Let's go. Let's go on the kill stream. What do you think, Yellow Flash? What's your opinion?
I think it'd be great. I like kill stream, so.
Yeah. I like it too. So, Antonio, the kill stream is it's one of the last internet blood sports sites.
Oh, I've seen a few, yeah. So it's like when they were going in on Monday, Matt. Yeah,
that's the very same. Yeah. That's where we're going.
Yeah.
No, Matt, no. I talked to Ethan Ralph. I was like, how drunk were you on that stream? My God, dude. He's like, now wait a minute. Do you know what I've been through? Do you know what I've been put through? I'm like, oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Yeah. So we're gonna go on the Ralph Retort, which is the Ethan Ralph show, and we are gonna talk about. Well, look, we'll talk about what's going on here. A lot of weird assumptions. I had the misfortune of reading my comments section. It's just like people are like, Ethan is so arrogant. He's right. The is this e-celebrity, by the way? Have we reached a stage of e-celebrity that people can say the e-celeb has gotten to his head? I don't feel like an e-celeb. I don't feel like that. I feel like, a comic book artist. I feel like who does a YouTube show. I don't really feel like e-celebrity at this point, although we do very well in our live streams, Yellow Flash.
Yeah, they do good.
Yeah, you can't deny that.
I'm not denying it. No, I'm not.
So, ComicsGate is becoming a thing. Sargon of Akkad wrote a great big thing. The good thing about, the comments section was to see Sargon of Akkad show up and basically offer his ideas about what this all meant. I'll read that. You know, I mean, let me see where that is. Sargon of Akkad. Maybe he's controversial too. Listen, we're all controversial. We're all controversial at this point. I don't know. Can I find it now? Do I care? I want to do this. I mean, I like Sargon of Akkad. He wrote a whole big thing, and he just kind of said, in essence, that he thinks that ComicsGate seems to be more organized than GamerGate, and you know, I don't know. I guess he wishes us well. He had some ideas that I kind of agree with, which is to stop talking about, you know, everyone is the leader of ComicsGate and start to think about this as a community of citizens, which I really like. I mean, look, a lot of this is about how you frame and package it, which to me is I don't know. I don't know if it means anything actually, in fact, but it does kind of lend people a sense of empowerment and equality, and I like that kind of egalitarianism, and I want to apply that to ComicsGate wherever I can. I mean, if I can actually say that and then have people understand that, and everyone say that, you know, it's like. The thing is, it's like, what is ComicsGate anyway? I mean, it's just a collective kind of group. It is a little mini society, I guess. It's an idea. It's formed of, you know, fans and YouTubers and comic book professionals and creators who all just want to do comics without the influence of SJWs. And that's not to say that we want to fight SJWs all day long. Certainly not within the comics that we're doing. That's the difference. We're not out to fight SJWs. We just want freedom from SJWs. We just want independence from them. That's hard to do in mainstream comics.
It's almost hard to do in any hobby now.
Yeah.
They're coming, man. They're coming for your board games. They're coming for your comics, your video games.
What these people need to understand, first and foremost, is, you know, me going up and debating Vox Day. Now, Vox Day is very aristocratic in his way. He's well educated. He's very wealthy.
Yeah, but that's not how you win on a kill stream.
Well, no. I just want to make it clear. You know, I'm not Vox Day. I'm you know, a high school graduate from New Jersey, comic book artist. You know, I am not claiming to be, you know, any kind of anything. I'm just, you know, a pretty good comic book artist. I'm also pretty good at talking on YouTube. I found out. I didn't know that, Yellow Flash. You are too. You are
Try.
Antonio's getting there. Antonio is the perfect co-host. Everyone is saying that now. Yellow Flash. Antonio is he's like Ed McMahon.
Hi-yo.
Or what is you know, even better than that, the redheaded guy, Conan O'Brien. What was his guy?
Oh man,
Andy something.
Andy Richter.
Andy Richter.
Yeah. So that's correct. I'm no intellectual. Nope, pretty dumb. But, and I've always said that. I've always said, no, I'm dumb. You say, well, you're dumb. Yeah, I'm dumb. You know, well, above average, but barely Yellow Flash. You know, I mean, that's the thing. But what I do know instinctively about comics, it can't be instantly transferred to somebody who hasn't worked in comic books for 25 years. And that is the thing. What I know about comic books, what I understand about the readership, and what I understand about what people I think want from comic books isn't something that can be attained or acquired without having been surrounded by comic books your whole life. And if you don't love comics, and you're not in, you know, I mean, there's no such thing as gatekeeping in ComicsGate. But if you don't love comic books, what are you doing? You have to love comic books to be a part of this. Whether you're in a YouTuber position where you're speaking out and you're a voice, whether you are a fan, whether you are a professional who wants to launch his own comic book series, or a creator who, you know, is working on something or hopes to work on something in the future, you need to love comic books. And I mean, that is the one kind of thing, or at least be curious about it, at least want to know more. You know, in order to be a citizen of this community, I think you need to have that. And you know, I never sensed that about Box Day.
It's all about money for him.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah, it is, or power or something, or just influence. Like,
he definitely likes influence.
Yeah. So, you know, again, if you don't, honestly, and it shows in the comic books that he's producing. I hate to say that, but it's true. I had to review a couple of his books, and it was just like, these are not good comic books. These aren't good comic books by any means. And I'm not somebody who likes to criticize other people's work, but he asked me to. And he asked me to because he intended to make a political issue out of ComicsGate. Which it is in a way, but I mean, it doesn't, you know, it is just by nature of its being, I think it's a political issue. But I mean, you know, moving forward, is this something we want to do? Do we want to spend our time fighting SJWs every single day in our books, in our commentary? I'd like to move past that. You know, I'd like to evolve into something where we're not worried about it all the time. Hey, Doug TenNapel, welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, Doug. How are you?
I just had breakfast, had the kids off to school. I'm ready to work.
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. So it's the morning show. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets, everyone. My name is Ethan Van Sciver. Let me introduce my prestigious panel of guests tonight. You just want to say tonight when you're doing a show, don't you? This morning.
Tonight.
Yeah, I'm not Matt Lauer. You know, I'm not used to I should get used to hosting kind of a morning show and say, good morning, everyone. How's your breakfast? And by the way, can I sexually harass you and get kicked off?
Lock the door. Lock the door.
Yeah, do you got the button under your desk?
The remote door lock.
Yeah. First of all, we've got Earthworm Jim creator, formerly Earthworm Jim creator. Well, he is. He's just permanently Earthworm Jim creator, Doug TenNapel. But more importantly, currently, he is the creator of Bigfoot Bill. Bigfoot Bill is an incredibly successful Indiegogo campaign, but it could be more successful.
We're killing it. Bigfoot Bill is. What if you took Bigfoot and you stuck the Kraken on his chest to give him some extra powers to save the world?
He's wearing that Kraken like a skin suit.
It's like a onesie.
It's a skin suit.
Like his jammies.
It's his jammies. I like that even better.
But it's still alive, and it can talk, and he can use its tentacles to swing around, and they combine. So Bigfoot has his own powers, and then Kraken has some powers. So like combined, they're a full-blown superhero.
Hey, Doug, what happened to Earthworm Jim HD? I went to go look for it on Steam, and that is gone.
Yeah, you know what the release date is, and this is what's so frustrating is, you know, that's my most people know of that game, but I have nothing to do with the release of it or anything. They asked me technical stuff about when's the sequel coming, where did this version of the game go. It's like I have zero control of that, so it's just kind of out of my hands. I assume they keep coming back because I'll get some royalties trickle in, very little royalties. But I'm more excited about the HD game of Bigfoot Bill that we got to make someday if we can get this comic.
We got to move forward. We got to do new stuff. That's what it's about. I'm looking forward to the Cyberfrog game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Doug can help me with that. Yeah, so I just put Bigfoot Bill and brand in the description. So you want to back Antonio Bryce's brand. Let me check in on that.
We can do a suggestion for Cyberfrog. I think a good co-op brawler. That'd be good. Kind of like in vein of a Battletoads.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Battletoads again. I was like, okay.
For real though, that'd be a good idea. It'd be co-op, like an old couch co-op game.
Those are a lot harder, I'll tell you, from a design standpoint. They're almost impossible to design to make fun. The co-op ones, the closest one I've seen to being a good one is Castle Crashers.
I like Castle Crashers.
Yeah, it's really good. Yet most of their co-op ones are really tough just by design on having the gameplay be tight and fun.
Well, by the way, brand is at $26,268. That's phenomenal.
I saw it when that thing went over 25, and that was That is a statement to ComicsGate right there.
Oh yeah.
When I put it was like 2,500 when I went in. And he was like, maybe I think we're gonna fund, and now it's 25,000. I love it. That's the backers. They saw a comic. They just didn't know about you. The right backers just figure your core audience didn't know about you, and now they do.
Oh yeah.
We're just trying to get attention. I mean, that's part of what this is just to raise awareness. Obviously, you want to raise awareness of Brand by Antonio Bryce and Kanan White, two guys who are both hardened comic skaters. They're ready for battle.
There's nearly nothing left of them.
Yeah. They're almost vampires. I'm completely a vampire. I already told Andrea. I said we're both vampires. She said I ain't no vampire.
Sparkle? Do you sparkle?
Of course I sparkle.
Oh,
of course I do.
There's no windows in that room.
I always have. I've always sparkled. I sparkle even more now.
No daylight.
I see myself as Lestat, but slightly less gay. That's who I've become at this point. I mean, you let go. Yeah, you let go your mortal body, Antonio, and you go forward. You move forward as a new creature.
My favorite quote from that is when Lestat, this is in the movie, Tom Cruise goes, "God kills indiscriminately, and so shall we."
I love it. That's me. That's my whole. I've said that my whole life. I've said that my whole
had
life.
sex with each other. It made me very uncomfortable.
So Doug TenNapel's Bigfoot Bill graphic novel, $52,592. There's 8 days left. We're gonna get that pumped up a little bit more. Obviously, if you haven't yet backed Doug TenNapel's Bigfoot Bill, we got 610 people watching. Have a look at that. Cyberfrog is doing great. We're in our last 18 hours of funding, and then it's over, and then we can just go take a nap. Cyberfrog Blood Honey Salamandroid variant cover, $72,437. So if we get to 100,000, we're gonna make it a chromium cover. I don't think we're gonna get there. Not in 18 hours. That would be amazing, but I have my doubts.
I bet it'll get a spike today.
Yeah, it'll get a spike today.
Absolutely, it will. It'll get pretty close. It'd be a shame if it got close and didn't ring the bell.
Well, close but no cigar. I mean, that's
I'm in.
Oh, okay.
Did my part. All the backers can do their part. That's all.
Appreciate that. I appreciate it. But in any case, we are now at we're at $610,000. That's how much Cyberfrog has raised. So $610,000. That's nothing to sneeze at, unless you are very, very wealthy. I think for Jim Lee, it's something to sneeze at. He would go at you, Frank Miller, at you, but not for me. I'm quite happy. This is amazing, and this is book one. We'll do books 2, 3, 4. Hey, Doug, did you know Dave Sim is going to be writing Cyberfrogs 2, 3, and 4?
I saw that, and I was worried at first because of the weird writing. I hadn't done my research very well, but now I'm excited. I've always been a big fan of Dave Sim, and I've seen the heat he's taken from all the way back. I was there when it happened. I was reading about it when it happened online, and he's an amazing talent. He's a good guy. And this is what I say about all comic skaters. We have the same enemies. You know what I mean? We have the same people. He's had him hitting at him for 20 years. And I just love his work stands alone. I own some of those, the Cerebus phone books. Church and State, I think, is one of them. And he's a profound writer. If for no other reason, just by doing it. He did 300 uninterrupted issues of Cerebus. What a faithful comics guy.
Fantastic.
I love it.
Fantastic.
I love it. So have you worked out how you're going to write together yet? How that's going to happen?
Yeah, I'm going to listen to him. I think the idea is that generally I'm going to write a loose plot, what I want to put in there. He's going to restructure that plot. I am going to write as much of it as I can, script as much of it as I can. I'll send him what I get done, and he's going to finish it.
Good.
So, it's going to be pretty even like that. I mean, it's still going to be my voice and all of that. But, hopefully, what I plan to do from this is this is going to teach me how to write. This is going to be a big learning experience for me. I don't see this as hey, this is an opportunity to have 3 books out there. Well, 3. He's going to help out with Blood Honey a little bit, but I don't see this as the opportunity to just have his name on my project. I want to learn from this man.
Yeah.
So I'm not a writer. I've never worked with worked on writing. Well, a couple times I have at DC. I've written a couple of things and had a little help. But just the opportunity, I think that's school right there.
Yeah.
That's right in the.
I just think I submit my writing to better writers than me all the time, and it is mostly to learn. Writing is such a big task, and it's so insane. It will never be good enough. Writing, you can just never get it good enough. It's kind of like art, only worse. But
yeah,
you actually, this is how I feel about, because I've written TV shows, video games, movies, comic books. Everyone knows how to write better than they think they can, because you've read so much. So you've read so many comics that you have a good grasp of the flow and the pace and how it needs to look and how it needs to happen. But he's done so many more comics than me. He knows it even better. And so he's a good partner to partner up with. But you do, just to give you some, I mean, you don't need, I know you're not a man who's lack of confidence, but you really do know how to write better than you think you do. And the problem is our blind spots, because the areas where we're terrible at writing, we can't see it, which is why it's terrible. You don't know to fix it. So that's where having another guy help you out. He'll see everything, and then he'll remind you from the outside, this is what we're going to change. Boom, 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 boom. It's good.
Yeah, I feel that way. And I got to give that umbrella guy a wrench. Sorry about that. I'm part of what this is, by the way, is it's a chance to slow down and restructure. And when you're on the hamster wheel at one of the big 2, there's no chance to really learn anything.
Right.
You're just, I mean, you're learning as you go. You're figuring out little tricks every day as you go. But for the most part, the job is to get your fucking pages done and turn them in so that a book can come out. It's not about, hey, this isn't Bandcamp. This isn't, it isn't really a learn. One assumes you already know what you're doing, and you do. I've always been just educated enough to perform. But the chance, all of the stuff that I really learned, all of my, the time when you really get educated is when you're an independent, when you're an indie, and you are not on the schedule of some big corporation. You have time to stop and reassess things and try new things. And that's an opportunity that's being presented to all of us. A chance to slow down, reassess, relearn, try some new things, and try to become a better creator, a better comic book creator. So I'm anxious to work with Dave Sim. I'm anxious to bring in more talent, and they will come. They will definitely come. This is too big of a thing. Doug, are you feeling just the epic earthquake under our feet right now?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no denying it. It's
the success of diversity in comics in your book. It has lit the industry on fire. And these are not just ComicsGaters coming in. Everyone is looking at it going, I can do this. And as soon as they've done that, they have unleashed the comic book artists, let me tell you. Because we're all we're independent. We all learned how to draw this way on our own. And it's actually weird to stick them under a company. And by the way, I love those companies. I'd love the notoriety and the challenge of getting to work for those companies, but they never came. That was never an option for me. So what was I going to do? Quit? So I did my comics. I started independently, just doing my own books, and then I was lucky enough to get on with Top Shelf and Image, some or smaller companies. I would do my comics for whoever would give me the time of day. But now that I know what I'm doing, and now through this model that you have put together for page count and direct, it's never been easier to talk to your fan base, to your backers. Is really the key difference. Is now we really are independent companies, and I really love the idea of doing this comic independently. Is going to be a blast. It's going to, and I'm of course you're never more passionate for something than when you own it completely and it's all up to you. It's like if you don't get your print right and you don't fulfill right, you're.
Oh, it's gonna be. We're gonna.
You
I
just
know I'm
crushed
gonna
it.
make so many mistakes the first time. It's all a learning experience. I mean, the first issue, it's gonna be my very best effort at getting it right the first time, and I know I'm gonna screw up, but I'll do my best. And then we'll just move ahead and just keep moving. Now, the idea of forming a comic book company is now becoming. Seems like it should be more of a thing now. You know,
Yeah.
I'm letting this happen organically. Like, you know, from my point of view, from my standpoint, I don't speak for anyone but myself. But I've always said, you know, when people say, "What about a comic book company?" I'm just like, well, you know, it's maybe we're better if we're all just kind of rogue agents doing our own thing. And yeah, there's some truth to that.
But the one thing I definitely have agreed with when we've been talking in the chat is that we need to like at least pool like the printers and stuff like that, and at least try to, you know, work some discounts on that kind of stuff. Even if we're separate, we could all be like under the same banner and go to like a printer and like, hey, we're gonna funnel a lot of business your way.
Yeah.
You know, like that could help.
You don't want every comic artist, Antonio, to have to figure out the business model by themselves and make the same mistakes. But that's
Can't
where
you
I'm.
take the image model and just make it better.
The image fell apart because they had, and we have so many strong different personalities.
We're never going to agree on everything.
Yeah, and we're all friends. And I'd rather be united by friendship than united in business. It's stronger and it's more flexible.
What I'm saying is I would do my own comic book company. I'm not saying we all have to be under.
Yeah.
I'm saying, you know, all caps or caps lock. Somebody suggested I name my company Caps Lock, which I like too.
That is good.
Caps Lock Comics. And then just hiring people.
Ethan, because if the backers and your audience supports it, and the business becomes too big for just you to handle, you have to bring in writers and artists that represent your brand, that you monetize and you bring them in. That's what a business is. It doesn't make sense for me to be that business because I always only want to write and draw my own comics. But for you, if you want to multiply yourself, and I think you're the best guy to expand, then
that's what my wife is saying lately.
Yeah, you need to get a crew.
Yeah.
It's not unlike what Lady Death is doing, only he only puts out that book. You just put out 10 titles and you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's going to happen anyway because I've already put it out there that I want to do this American manga book. I want you know, Mike Barron to write it. I think Kanan White wants to draw it. Right away, I'm a company. Instantly, boom, company.
Yep.
So you know, and we'll see. Some people might want to come along with me. Some people and be published under my banner. Other people might not want to. That's gonna happen. Just I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's starting to feel that way though. Everything has to happen organically. I can't just push in any direction. I want to see what happens. You know, it's like I always want to just see what. You know, here's the weird thing. Like I've become more and more of a believer in God throughout this whole thing.
You have to now.
When I say that because I'm just shy about it. But Doug, you know, it's like it's clear that you know, things just happen. Things become obvious. You know, inspiration hits and you know, doors close. You know, windows open, and I don't mean you know you want to jump out a window. You know, just because the door closes, but I mean, you know, one door closes and another door opens. Let's put it that way. I don't want to create the image of jumping out of windows of skyscrapers. Not at all.
And you want to put your life in your family in the hands of God.
Absolutely.
Not when some nut's going to try and take you out. It's you hope someone bigger than that is in control of things and watching things. So ultimately, he's like the superstructure over all of this, whether if we acknowledge it or not. So I see you in God's hands, and I do pray for you and your family that because there are bad nuts out there.
Yes, there are. Yeah, yeah. Edwin Acevedo says, can't sit around and wait for things. You got to make them happen. Yeah, sometimes. But other times things are already happening, and the question is, what's the next move? Where do you go from here?
Yeah, and to other comic book artists, they fail all the time. Look at Bryce Antonio, who launched his campaign twice, knocked him down. It just wasn't the right time, and then boom, he clicks in with
then
us,
we
with
capture
you, yeah, and then he's launched. So there's
we
kind
go.
of you can do everything you want because he's doing everything he can, and it just wasn't time, and now it's time, and it's fun to watch.
Everything just fell together, and I was like,
that's how it kind of happens. And Antonio's going to see as time goes on. It's like choices will appear that aren't here right now, that will appear later. In the meantime, you just hold your course because you're doing the right thing. You don't need to force something to happen. It's going to happen. It might not happen the way you were expecting or hoping, but something good is going to come along, and that's the thing.
And I was watching when you said about that you have to love comics. I just think that is so pure, and that really is what got us all into this, was a love of comics. And I can smell it on all of you. You just love the book. You love to have that thing printed, and you love to tell a story. That turns me on because that's just that's what really unites us all, and that's the passion that will make you keep trying and keep going. It's almost like pursuing a girl that you're in love with, when you're young. It's like nothing's going to stop you, and you might fail, but the love is what drives it. And there's something pure about that love for comics that turns me on. And I hope people see that, top to bottom in all of our books, because I see a lot of love in those books. There is passion. There, almost like madness, passion. That's what I saw in Dave Sim. It's obvious. This guy loves it, and that turns me on.
Yeah, me too. Me too. But you know what turns me on even more? Yellow Flash getting the banhammer, and that is what's going on right now in the chat. Yellow Flash is wreaking havoc. I gave him power. I gave him a little bit of power, and he immediately is misusing it.
Gone mad with it.
Good. If you see someone with bad grammar in there,
ban
Yellow Flash, you just knock them down.
That is ban-worthy. Bad grammar, get out of here. Get out of here. Doug TenNapel's Bigfoot Bill, one of the finest comic books I think that we have to offer. I'm really proud. I told Andrea this when you came on board. I said I'm really proud to have Doug TenNapel creating something new for us, and I trying to explain it, how big a deal it is to have the gentleman who created Earthworm Jim create such a great. I mean, you could have just done something stupid. You could have done something no fun. You could have just said, you know what, really, I want to do, 1,000 page epic about all the popes. I would have been like, oh man,
bad idea. Why did this guy come on?
Yeah, I can't stand that when it's like you got like a really exciting creator who does fun stuff ordinarily, and like they're stuck in this idea they're going to do something like really dull and artsy because it's like you got to let them do it, but it's boys at a downer. No, Doug TenNapel just came on board and said, I got something called Bigfoot Bill, and it's all the cryptozoological heroes, quote unquote, Loch Ness monsters, Bigfoot, Kraken, Chupacabra, a unicorn. Of course, unicorns have become the subject of debate.
I'm taking the unicorns back.
Oh hell yes, you are. They're not rhinos anymore. They're not rhinoceroses. Not in this. And what a great book. Bigfoot Bill already looks like a video game. Already looks like a cartoon. I mean, this guy's a genius. This is Cartoon Network's dream right here. And they call him and say, give us anything. Well, we got Bigfoot Bill off of him, and it's pretty incredible. It's at $52,592 right now. If you haven't backed Bigfoot Bill yet, this is a historic opportunity to get on the ground floor of a comic book that is going to I don't know. I think it's going to blow up and be something pretty big.
The numbers are going up. I've already got 893 backers. To me, that's a legit print run because a lot of those backers are getting the 4-book deal and the 2-book deal. So I'm just happy to be able to have a nice robust print run where if it was down in the 500 backers area, I'd be in trouble. So
I have 873 backers. That is shocking to me.
Dude, that is awesome. That's a print run. Yeah. That's a print run.
Well, it's a print run, and plus these are giant sized books. I mean, they're bigger books than usual. And by the way, Antonio just jumped up to $26,301. So,
oh wow, okay,
that's terrific. We're selling books here. We're selling books. Cyberfrog's in its last 18 hours of funding. It's at $72,707. If we do get to 100,000, I'm not holding my breath. We'll get a chromium cover on that as well. And I know people are hitting me up about that, saying, "How come?" Well, we set the goal initially 100,000 for the chromium cover, and I think it's possible to reach that goal.
Yeah. And if you lose credibility on your stretches, you know what I mean. You got to do it. You got to.
Yeah. And we did something neat already. I mean, the $50,000 goal was, of course, a $10,000 donation to a charitable cancer foundation that cures dick cancer, according to a certain comic book creator who wished it upon other comic skaters.
I love it.
Yeah.
At that point, it's good shit.
If those wishes come true, I should just let Vox Day have the name ComicsGate. I mean, maybe that'd be the appropriate thing.
That freaked me out. I come back from vacation. I've been gone to Colorado with my guys. I come back, and Ethan, you blew up the internet again. What did I tell you about that? How many times? What did I tell you about that?
I didn't do anything. I'll be honest with you. Yeah. It's all aimed at me. I feel like I've got weirdo criminal villains.
Well, yeah, you do
all the time, And
Vox is an old pal of mine, and I looked at his video of the Dark Lord thing, and I went, "What happened to you, my friend? What happened? What are you doing?" I just thought that was a dirty move, and it's not often that I take sides on these things when my pals are. I mean, I'm not saying he's a pal. We've talked on the phone for six times in 6 years, but I didn't recognize that guy. So he's putting on a character in the Red Throne and declaring to be Dark Lord, and he's trying to dick with you. And
what did I do?
That's not a good move.
Why dick with me? Why not dick with Yellow Flash? Yellow Flash is just as bad as me, if not worse. So why not?
Well, you're the Caesar of ComicsGate, right? So he's got to go after the top.
It's a publicity stunt. It's a publicity stunt. And I'll tell him that if he ever calls me again, I'll tell him that it's a publicity stunt and he needs to back out. And
he knows what he's doing. We're going to see what the performance leads to. If we go on that, I'm debating him on the kill stream. He'll utterly destroy me. He is, of course, he's an intellectual. He's Vox Day, and all this stuff. But he wants to debate me about why he has the right to the word ComicsGate, and as opposed to our community.
Yeah.
Now, my attitude, anyone who was in our private chat, knows that when Vox Day came out with this notion that he was going to create a comic book imprint called ComicsGate, and he had a logo and everything, and that people could come to him, comic skaters could come to him and get published. Anybody could use this logo, but you come to him and you get published under the ComicsGate banner. Everyone panicked. This community panicked. This community of citizens, and I really like that. I want to thank Sargon of Akkad for that. Sometimes words, really matter because they shape an idea and a sensibility about things. And I think calling everyone involved with ComicsGate a citizen of ComicsGate, rather than a leader. Everyone's a leader of ComicsGate, which was the initial concept. I think that's so much more sensitive, and I don't know. I think it creates the right feeling about this. That although they are all leaders, we're all equally citizens of this idea. So why all of the citizens of ComicsGate, at least the ones that were in the chat, and that included the YouTubers and most of the creators involved. I think most of the creators are in there. They all panicked over this. They didn't like this. And we all, the initial idea was everybody was going to go out and personally make a big deal, denounce Vox Day. It seemed very sloppy. It seemed like it was going to be a mess. And instead, we kind of spoke with one voice. And our idea was, well, maybe I own the copyright. Maybe I have claim over the word.
Well, Kettle Law put a video. Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it yet.
It's an hour long.
I don't know if I'm gonna watch an hour-long video about it, but maybe I should. But you know, maybe
Life
I
is
have.
short. Life is short.
Yes, it is, and I'd rather watch a yellow flash video, honestly. But you know, do I have claim, and can I get it to protect it for the citizenry? I don't want it. You have to. This is the thing. Like, I don't want the name ComicsGate.
Yeah.
I don't want it. It was.
You have it. You have it. It's been given you. This is my thing with Vox is you are ComicsGate. It's like Anthony Prouse trying to say that he's Darth Vader. He's just the guy in the costume. James Earl Jones is Darth Vader. You're the voice, and he's just wearing a costume. So if he just takes the
Anthony
name,
Daniels and David Prowse. It's David Prowse was Darth Vader.
Okay, David Prowse and Anthony Daniels is right. That's I just combined 3PO.
Yeah, 3PO and Darth Vader.
Which I'm surprised Lucas didn't do that at some point.
I really like that footage where because I guess he did the voice really serious. I've seen a clip and he's like all into it.
Yeah. Going, I want those plans, and Carrie Fisher and Han Solo would make fun of his voice behind the scenes. I want those plans. It was like great.
There's a lot of soil.
Yeah, but anyways, I just think you have the name, and this is what I really hate about this. I hated when he went the legal route, because to me, I believe morality is above the law, and so he'll come to you and say, "Hey, this is just business. This is just the law." But everyone knows that he's doing something immoral. It would be no different than if I spoke the word cyberfrog 10 years before you came up with the book. And now after you've done all this work creating cyberfrog, I come in and say, no offense, bro, but cyberfrog is mine now that you've built it up. That is not, that might be legal, but it's not moral.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, honestly, the name ComicsGate at this point is something that this community was saddled with. I mean, at this point, it is, it was the cross that we bore for a long time, and we turned it into something positive, at least within this community. So we feel like, you know, everybody owns the name ComicsGate and nobody does.
Yeah.
But if somebody is going to try to co-opt it, we need to protect it somehow. That's a really awkward position. I don't want to be in this position. I don't want to have to fight for the legal protection of the word ComicsGate, a word that I didn't create. I don't want. I have nothing to do with. Really, it's like I didn't. This isn't my word. It's just it's been thrust upon us. It's the label that was given to demean us. We've adopted it. I based a whole YouTube show on it for the last 3 months, trying to claim it and clean it up and make it mean what we are, and what we are is positive. And we've been so successful that somebody is now trying to co-opt it and claim it as his own.
Yeah, I see some. I got to go in a second, so I just want to say something real quick that I see in the chat and in comments from my video too that I made. It's like, oh, you're turning into the SJWs, and it's like it's a little bit different. Okay, this guy has extremist views.
Yeah,
you don't want to be associated with that, and it's just like I said in my video. It's like we already have enough. We already have a tough time explaining this stuff to people that don't understand comics. So it's like, okay, well, I hear this Vox Day guy's involved in it, and they go and look him up, and it's like, you know, oh, well, so you think it's the Jews that are doing this or something? Like, and now, like, we
don't want that associated with us.
We don't want to be associated with that, and we didn't even get a choice.
Yeah,
the dude just comes in and throws his cancer into the pool.
Yeah, and I got to be clear on Vox Day's positions, because I know his positions pretty well. He's not a Nazi or a white supremacist, but he is wrong about one thing, and he has 4 definitions of what it means to be American, and one of them is genetics. That is a very dangerous form of. It may not be full-blown racism, but it is not American, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I don't want to be lumped in with that.
Yeah, that's poison, and that's not right. And again, I've said that kind of thing to Vox to his face. I don't. I have a lot of friends that I disagree with. In fact, almost all my friends I disagree with on some point, and that's one of the disagreements I have. But I don't feel like I need to never talk to the guy or divorce him, because I'm always trying to appeal to people to bring them over to the good side, and I'd love to see him formally divorce that teaching or that idea, because he needs to get above that stuff, because that is absolutely wrong. and dangerous. And it does bring me pause when people are saying, you have said good things about Vox Day. And I do know him to be a good family man and things like that. But that is something that is seriously dangerous that we don't want anywhere near ComicsGate because of the kind of accusations that they've said about us being, you know, Nazi or alt-right or whatever, that can't be part of ComicsGate. So Vox formally should not, and if he takes the name, then it poisons at least the name. But I just think the backers and the fans of comics and things are bigger than that, and we're bigger than a word or a title, because this is about excitement and love of comics, and really it's love of America and love of the freedom to get to make our own books and things like that. Vox grabbing that name was dirty pool.
Mm-hmm.
I got to jump out, guys, but I agree.
Yeah.
We love you, buddy. Have a good day.
Good luck with your book. Hopefully you hit that 100K today.
That'd be nice. But in the meantime, Doug TenNapel's Bigfoot Bill just jumped up $52,689. Let's get that.
Thanks to the backers. My people, you guys you make me feel so good, and you keep me excited at the drawing table. I did you talk about rewriting Cyberpunk. I did a huge rewrite on the plane when I was coming to and from Denver. I was just writing on the plane, and I had to restructure a lot of stuff myself on my first book just to get it. But now I know. Now it's tight.
Yeah. Well, let me read some of these super chats, Doug. Do you mind? Do you got?
No.
Antonio,
I love super chats. I love hearing you
read
them point blank unedited. Okay. I love it.
Yeah, some of them are going to be not nice. I have a feeling.
Kick Doug. They're always say kick Doug. Bring it.
No. Liam, thanks for $2. Get permission to re-upload on your channel. Oh, the debate. All right. Super Cormy, thanks for $5. Uncle, have you seen Allison Tieman's recent vid, Go Home Comic Girl, about being blacklisted from the industry? Would love for you to chat with her. Allison Tieman. I don't know her, and I will Go Home Comic Girl. I'm going to plug that in real quick to my YouTube so I don't forget it and I can watch that video. Okay, I appreciate that. I've had a couple of people recently kind of reach out to me about ComicsGaters who I don't know, who are being kind of kicked around, and hey, would you help this person? Again, I don't know how to help them really, except to just, all right, I think I have it. Honey Badger Radio. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a sad looking thumbnail. I'll look at that. Thank you. Broham Nation, thanks for $2. Just enrolled at CGMA and backing Cyberfrog today. Thank you, Broham Nation. Dan Don 87. I sense deep conspiracy with Vox incident along with SJW attacks and financial quarter approaching. It smells fishy. This is all very heavy. I wonder what you mean. I wonder what's going on. What do you think, Doug?
To me, it's not a problem till it's a problem, because we can speculate on what these guys are doing. I think he's an empty suit, and we'll see what happens. But SJWs are working full time against you, and big deal.
Yeah, I would just, the thing about the ComicsGate label is ultimately it's just a label, and just owning the label doesn't mean that the army of ComicsGate is going to line up behind you or support you. I would say this. I would say this about Vox Day. He's already been doing this. People who say he did this before you, quite right. How come he needs what we're doing? How come he isn't already a big success with his comic book company? How come he keeps offering me, trying to get me to come along? How come he keeps offering work to people and people are turning him down? How come he needs to come to me to find colorists, letterers, et cetera, artists, writers?
You're asking a lot of good questions there, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, again, we'll see. All right. Days of Clarity. Allison, Honey Badger Radio, got bullied by SJWs / Mark Wade from a convention and lost a lawsuit against them, struggling to sell her comic. Could use #ComicsGate help. All right. So that's part of this video that I'm going to watch. Joe Marone, $5. Buttergate Comics, like Starbucks, doesn't directly relate to product, but sounds cool. Yeah,
Buttercake.
because of butter. Because I lick butter, apparently.
Piegate.
Well, I've always
Piegate.
claimed. Yeah. Harry Bergeron, one of my favorite guys. Harry Bergeron, he's great. If you start something co-op, why don't you start a fulfillment company with relationships with printers? Yeah. Yeah. Django Manco, $2. Doug would name his company Fwap. Fwap Comics would be actually pretty cool.
Fwap. I already have an idea for a name, but I'm not going to announce the company name, but it's going to be good.
Awesome. Darkman McEdgeface. There is an ebb and flow to the universe to go with it. Go with it. Yeah, that's right. That's what we're talking about. God, making things possible, and you can't force it. It happens when it happens. You just have to wait for inspiration and just kind of be open to it. Liam just got paid. Gonna buy Bigfoot Bill finally.
Woo, my people.
Also, take a look at Brand by Antonio Bryce. Support that comic. Core Plot, $5. Hey, Uncle E, sent you a DM on Twitter. Just wondering if you got it and what you thought. P.S. Let's get to a Salamandroid Chromium cover. Backer ID number 17XX. All right. Well, Core Plot, I haven't. Honestly, it might. Let me complain for just a minute, and I hope I hope you understand. My email. I have 13,000 unread emails, and my Twitter is now my Twitter DMs. Every morning I wake up and I've got 15 in my acceptable folder, and requests I've got 40 to 50. And I'm that's every morning, and I try my best to read them. I do read them. I don't respond to all of them. But I'd be doing this all day long. I need help. I understand why people hire employees. I mean, at this point,
my email has also started to fill up with your email.
Oh, great!
People keep messaging me saying, "Can you get Ethan to look at this?"
Yeah. I do need an assistant.
I had my YouTube channel tied to where every time I get a new subscriber, it would announce it on my email. I had that little button ticked.
Yeah.
So I went up like 1,300 people in 3 weeks. So I got my email. I can't read into my email because it's all subscriber data and Indiegogo donations, right? Every time someone dings it, you get one of those.
Yeah.
You cannot find your email anymore.
Nope. I miss things all the time. It's hard. It's really hard. All right. So Lucas Hardwick, hello. I would be interested to see a grand total of money made and comics sold compared to the business DC and Marvel does. All right. Well, a couple of things about that. First of all, DC and Marvel are epic. I think their combined total of what they make per year is something around $1.2 billion in terms of comic book sales. They're selling a smaller product than we are. We're selling specialty books. I would compare Cyberfrog Blood Honey comics sold to either the trade paperback market or to a company like Dynamic Forces that only sells signed limited edition, special edition comics. That is the price point that we're offering. I mean, these are all of them are autographed. Some of them are sketched, and they're exclusive, like limited edition versions of a comic that's going to come out later. So compared to Dynamic Forces, I think we're kicking ass. And compared to the graphic novel trade paperback section of the top 100, we are also kicking ass, second only to Batman. Batman Metal, by the way. Yeah. But, you compare the sales of a $25 48-page book to what's going on. I think probably like 11,000 copies of Cyberfrog have been sold. We're way down there in the charts. If you put us there, we're maybe 150. I don't even know. I hope we're not that high, actually, 150, but I think we might be. Sales are really bad in mainstream comics. Pencil for Life, thanks for $5. Thanks for making great books, guys. Please do not forget to support my book also, Handyman. It's called Handyman on Indiegogo right now. You're all the best. So go check out Handyman. Pencil for Life, I can see from his avatar, he draws pretty good. Aunt Luede, thank you for $5. I'll be picking up Bigfoot Bill tonight. Earthworm Jim was one of my favorite games as a kid. Thanks for the memories, dog. Grendel Fan 84. Any non-ComicsGate creators give you props for the donation? No. No. That's fine. Red Racks, you don't do this for praise. You do this because it's the right thing to do and to correct a karmic imbalance, which was created by my friend Mike McCone. Red Racks, thanks for 2 hours. I might get my YouTube channel back soon. Well, I hope so. Billy Ritchie, $4.99. What will be the number of stores? What will be the number of stores? Will it be till the comic market completely crashes? Boy, I think I have no idea. I don't know, but how many are reopening? I don't know. I'm not sure. All I know is when I see this many stores going out of business and people complaining and struggling, I'm worried about it. When I see Dan DiDio and Jim Lee getting up and giving lectures at comic conventions about how DC Comics is going to find a way to save the comic book industry, that's language I've never heard them use before. And it is a concern of mine. Billy Ritchie, $4.99. I just read that one. E. Malachi, $10. Thank you. Rakita Law released a video this morning about this issue. EVS seems to have a strong case for the trademark of ComicsGate based on prior economic use. Up to EVS if he wants to pursue an injunction. Well, Vox Day did a video yesterday calling me a pussy and saying, "Sue, pussy, sue me." I was like, Vox, come on now. It's embarrassing. I don't want to descend to that. It's like I'm not. Oh, he called me a pussy. Let me call my lawyer right now. I'm Jersey, but I'm not that Jersey. Come on now. Baron Barbados, thanks for $5. EVS talked to Tonka about honey badgers. He's run into them along with Medicare. It wasn't positive. All of this is Greek to me. I don't know what the honey badgers are. But people are telling me to pay attention to a honey badger named Allison and the video that she made, and I will do that. That's the least I can do for you guys, so I'll do it. Vox was talking shit about Dave Sim too. What? Okay. Look. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't seem like. What do you guys think? What do you think of all this?
That's not positive. I don't see how you get a positive out of that. I don't see how that's helping.
It's weird.
It's not nice. Not nice. Play nice.
I listen to the council of the community, of the citizenry, of which I am a member. I listen to people, and we'll see what they say. This isn't about me. It's not about me. It has nothing to do with me personally. It's about ComicsGate. It's about what people who are associated with ComicsGate want to do. And some of them don't feel empowered to do much. I have a limited amount of power. I got a lot of money that was given to me by people who support Cyberfrog. And people who come and watch this show want me to say something. I'll say something, we'll see. Brett, Doug's soy nipple granted him powers beyond human levels. Thanks for $5 for this, Brett. He rose from the depths of Mike's tears. A great addition to the Ethan Van Soyber spot.
I'm a phoenix that came out of his tears.
Matt McDaniel is here making fun of me. So Matt McDaniel says, then EVS, I'm going to sue you. ComicsGate belongs to me. Now, quote, I'm a meek lamb. I don't think that's accurate. I don't think that's an accurate interpretation of what's going on here. ComicsGate doesn't belong to me. ComicsGate just doesn't belong to Vox. And that's the issue here. I feel like I do have a legal claim to it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I do. I think I do. Rakita Law says I might. I have a copyright and trademark attorney that's basically his job is to protect all of the characters that I create. I let him know about this. He's looking into it. We don't go off half cocked because we're called a pussy by Fox Day.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that's just not the way the world works. But if the ComicsGate community is saying, please protect the name that we all abide by, the name that we gather under from someone like Vox Day, I have to see what I can do.
Yeah, and the bottom line with all lawsuits is it doesn't have a lot to do with the law as much as it has to do with how sympathetic the jury is, and you never know what jury you're going to pull. They decide. So that's what I hate about lawsuits is when you go into the courtroom, you lose.
Yeah,
you're going to be in a courtroom instead of drawing comics. You're going to be fighting for a name that I'd rather see you drawing comics.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you have to go, how important is this name? Does everybody love this name? And does owning the name mean that you own the people?
Right.
Does owning the name mean that you have a crowd that's going to follow you along with that name? It's just not the way it works. So, at some point it's just like, well, we worked really hard to kind of make this name mean something, but we don't need it.
It's worth a cease and desist. It's not worth a lawsuit.
Cease and desist.
Cease and desist. Cease and
Stop
desist.
the madness.
Stop being silly.
Yep.
Yeah. But I don't know. And people are saying in the chat, yes, please protect the name from the guy who destroys every movement he enters. Fox Day. Does he? I don't know. But yeah, absolutely. The enemies of good comics are conspiring to divide the creators and distract you with the Vox Day crap. Is Vox Day collaborating with SJWs right now to destroy ComicsGate? Could it be? Could it be true? I won't know. And I won't know victory until I have Vox Day's chair.
You got to get that. Yeah, that'll be the concession. Is send me the chair. I want the red throne.
That is the funniest thing. Core plot.
Ask for Nasser's chair.
I don't want Nasser's chair.
Nobody wants to sit in Nasser's chair. I'm the Dark Lord. Squeak.
Core plot. Cheers. Thank you for $5. Cheers. I get it. Overwhelming. It's about a fan creation for Cyberfrog, a fan-made RPG character sheet. Could I just post it? It's hashtag it's pie for dinner. I wish it was. Yeah, post it. Post it on Twitter. Let me see. And Hexage, thanks for 50 ARS. They may take our name, but they will never take our freedom. And then he says F Vox. F Vox. Yeah, no Nasser's chair. I want the red throne. I want the red throne of the Dark Lord. Now we are working today on trademarking Dark Lord Comics. That is going to be owned by me. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know if it makes me the Dark Lord if I own the word Dark Lord. I'm not sure. I don't know why he never called or Dark. Why wouldn't he call his comics Dark Lord Comics? That's really bitching. Dark Lord Comics.
With the logos, the throne, the red throne.
Yeah. The logo should just be like a bald middle-aged dude sitting on a red throne. Dark Lord. I dig it. I dig it. Yeah. Dork Lord, they're saying. Dark Load. Dark Load. That's disgusting. That is disgusting.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we don't need to talk like that. Give us the chair, Meth Moby. They call him Meth Moby now, which is, Matt Horkin says Dark Lord, no. Trebuchet Comics. Yeah, Trebuchet is pretty good. Trebuchet is a good word for us. It is the it's the threat that we make every single day.
Just the logo just be like the logo would be a black, silhouette of that sling, the rack and sling. That's good.
Yeah. Superior Siege Comics. That would be the right underneath it. Like Trebuchet Comics, the Superior Siege Comic Company. I don't know. But no. It's going to be, I'm stuck on either all caps or caps lock because it's just me. And I will, I'll bring some people with me. I think to either do my ideas or even bring somebody like Antonio over and just do his ideas, something like that. I'm not sure yet.
A lot of ideas.
Get them writing. Writing.
Yeah.
It could be Caps Lock Comics. The logo is the trebuchet, the black and white trebuchet in silhouette, and down at the bottom it says "Send them to Mars."
Send them to Mars. Send all these SJWs.
That's your tag, your company tag. Send them to Mars.
I will not turn Vox into one of my comic book villains. It just seems. James Dean Company, thanks for $10 backing all three of you guys today. Thank you for taking your stand against this. It's not okay. Do what Cautionary did and start your own brand. I'll help. I started Varsity Comics. Take care. Awesome. Let's see. Matt Hayes, did you watch Report Law's video? No. That's the one that we're just talking about, right? We're a record. Or God damn, why can't I ever remember it? What's the guy's the lawyer? Nick. Rakita? You mean
Rakita Law, yeah.
Rakita Law's video. No, I haven't watched it yet. But I haven't had very much time. I'm busy drawing and making videos. I don't have time to watch videos anymore. And if I do, they're Yellow Flash videos. I like Yellow Flash's anger. I like how he gets mad about stuff.
Righteous Indignation was what Andrew Breitbart called it. Righteous Indignation is the title of his book.
Let's see. Did you see John Delarose on Rose stream defending Vox? Well, John Delarose was in our stream last night, kind of defending Vox in a way. They're friends. They're friends. I don't expect him to do otherwise. Friends should defend friends. But yeah. Boot man.
I don't think Vox deserves a friend like John.
Hey Donald, how you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Good.
How's everybody else doing this morning?
Fantastic.
Happy. Never been happier.
Yeah.
There you go.
The right news says Ethan is a liar. Tell me why. Oh God. These guys, Vox comes out and he makes a video and he's just like, I informed Ethan of all of this. As you can see, on August of the 29th, I sent him an email. And again, you can send me an email. It doesn't mean I open it. I had a conversation with him. Ultimately, here's what it's about. Here's what it comes down to. What it comes down to is, hold on, I'll find it real quick. If you want to talk about, did Ethan know about this? Was Ethan aware that this was happening? Et cetera, et cetera. I mean, it's pretty easily proven with the Gmails, our email exchanges that we had. And, I mean, this is just right here. Let me see if I can show this without doxing myself in any way. Not too easy.
Make sure your password's not on the screen.
Yes. All right, let me see. I like Vox's last emails, like, open up your hate and let it flow into me. All right, let me just check real quick. Is this safe to show? Yeah, it looks like it's okay. Looks like it's okay. All right. Let me see. Yeah. All right.
Let the hate flow through you.
Let the hate flow through you.
He's making sure the intimate, friendly conversation with Kim Sarkeesian back and forth is not on the screen.
Yeah. All right. So here's the. Actually, I like the way this is formatted. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
All right. Let me click on myself just real quick here. Oh wait. Let me click on me so that it stays on the screen. Here's Vox saying, feel free to use. Hey, Ethan, our first ComicsGate comic is now available on our direct stores. A direct store, I don't even know what that means. We'll announce tomorrow. We're also making the attached version of the logo available to anyone who agrees with the 5 rejections. I don't know what that means, or whatever they're being called. I believe Bounding Into Comics is doing something on it. Cheers. Now, here's the logo he sends. Now, here's my response to this. What's up? You're branding your own line of comics, ComicsGate? No, our line is Arca. So he didn't say to me, look at his response here. He didn't say to me, yeah, I am. I told you that. He says, like I said in our conversation, I just want to make sure the SJWs didn't take it over and keep us from using it. They tried that a few times during Gamergate. I'm quite sure. I remember Vox Day calling me sometime and saying, yeah, we got to protect the name ComicsGate from SJWs taking it over. And I draw when I talk to him. I don't really, Vox is usually calling me and asking me for advice about this or that or some help. Wasn't listening. So as you can see, this is a surprise to me. And this is him explaining. He didn't say, yeah, I told you I was going to do that. He didn't say, yeah, I told you I was going to make a brand. I told you I was going to make a line of comics under ComicsGate. Don't you remember? He explains it. ComicsGate is for whoever wants to use it. If they want to use it with us, they can. If they want to use it on their own, they can. But we won't let any SJWs use the logo. We have to update it with a dash, I just noticed. All right. So here's the updated version now with a dash. Here's my response. ComicsGate will fully denounce you. Everyone is pissed. Now, I'm not speaking for me. I'm speaking for ComicsGate. I'm listening to the people, the citizenry, as they are called, and they are pissed off. And they're saying, what do we do? What do we do? So I'm letting him know, everyone, not me. This isn't personal. Everyone is going to denounce you for this. And then I ask him, all right, as friends, this guy calls my house. Cease and desist. I own ComicsGate. This was after the conversation that we had here behind the scenes. We decided our best approach was probably for me to claim legal ownership over the title ComicsGate, since I have a money-making YouTube show that's called ComicsGate Live. That might be the best way to get Vox to not associate himself legally with that title. It is my copyright, the name of my long-running YouTube show. My lawyers are all ready to sue. I can't let you have it, pal. All right? So this is me just as friends. Are we friends? Then don't do this to us. Don't do this to my little community here that I belong to, that we've worked so hard to build up. Look at this response. Open up your hate and let it flow into me. This too shall pass. Remember, if you know one thing about me, it's that my objectives are never what the mob assumes they are. That is the entire email exchange.
Huh.
All right. So, look, judge for yourself whether I was aware of this. Judge for yourself based on this exchange, whether I acted inappropriately in any way. Judge for yourself if this is about ego or anything like that. You just saw the entire email exchange. Now, sure, we had a conversation. I have no doubt Vox Day taped that conversation.
Oh, wow.
I'm willing to listen to that conversation to make sure nothing personal was discussed, and then have that released as well. So, that is the state of things. That is the state of my involvement in this. And he's trying to make this seem as though this is me and ego and blah, blah. It's not, this isn't, I couldn't, this isn't about me in any way. It's not about me owning ComicsGate. It's about me trying to protect ComicsGate, the name ComicsGate, for this community.
It's reasonable.
That's it. That's it. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like I said, I'm a dummy from New Jersey. I'm not a highly educated, aristocratic intellectual like Vox Day is. I'm just some dude wearing a camouflage baseball cap from New Jersey. So it's me versus him, I guess, on some kind of kill stream tonight. He's going to sit there and explain to me in a debate why basically this entire community that has worked so hard to build something positive needs to kneel before Vox Day, the Dark Lord.
Yeah, you're the one that, you didn't legally claim it first. He did. And so who's the one trying to control the name?
I know. Yeah, exactly. All we're trying to do is this is what we're being called. And we're trying to make it into something positive, which is why I named my YouTube show after. It's a ballsy thing to do. When people are saying ComicsGate is Nazis and monsters and sexist and bigots, and then I call my YouTube show ComicsGate Live, what is that? What is that show that I'm trying to do? Do you think I'm trying to capitalize on something positive? I'm trying to change something negative into something positive. Chris W. $1.99. You have to claim ownership of ComicsGate. Like I said, Vox's whole thing is pussy. Sue me. You don't own this. You're going to find out soon in a court of law. Well, maybe I will. I don't know. I got to try though, don't I? Do I have to do I need to try on behalf of this community or not?
I think.
Am I going to look like a fool if I fail for trying? Or am I going to look like somebody who's trying to protect a group of people who have invested trust and hope in this label ComicsGate?
I think you have to try not just for the community, but mostly for yourself. Your show has been called ComicsGate Live, like you just said, for several months.
Mm-hmm.
It's its own brand. It's ComicsGate Live morning show, ComicsGate Live evening show. That's a thing now.
All right. So Justin Brown, thanks for $5. Kingdom Comics, just because it's Kingdom Come, and each independent creator is like a feudal lord, a feudal dark lord. He says, "Thank you." A Glock, $9.99. Did Dark Douche trademark ComicsGate Comics? If not, the Dark Douche can get effed. Oh, and come watch my conversation with Todd Mulrooney at 3 p.m. Eastern today. Okay. Yeah. So that's now you guys have seen the email exchange, and you know, what is my responsibility here? I don't know. I'm not sure. The problem that I see is, you know, a matter of optics. Me pushing forward with this makes me look like I'm trying to own ComicsGate. I'm not. I can't say that enough. I don't want to be the leader of ComicsGate. There is no leader of ComicsGate. I don't want a target on my back. I am simply a vocal member of ComicsGate. Chris W says, nobody thinks you're a fool and nobody will criticize you for fighting this.
Here's my problem with you fighting it, Ethan, is like I said about the jury poll. You may even be right in fighting for it. Obviously you are. But if you lose and you have to pay attorney's fees, it's like it's $250,000 and a whole lot of wasted time, and you'd still be a very strong voice in ComicsGate, whether if you had the name or not. So what's the best solution that could happen? and this is my other thing, is like you choose, you know, I support you in whatever you do, but you choose what fight you want to fight. Don't get dragged into a stupid fight just because someone's there, you know, claiming they're ready to fight you. Like, you choose when you fight, not them. And it's when it benefits you or benefits ComicsGate. And I'm looking for the perfect win in this. So even if you have the moral case, I just think that is a win enough that you're in the moral right. And so what the law decides, I have no idea what they'll decide. It's not as important to me as you not having to pay just over getting a bad jury pool draw, having to pay $250,000 of legal fees. It's just,
yeah, I can't afford to do that.
It's not, I want you putting your money into comics and your time into comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I changed what I said. I agree with Doug.
Yeah, it's no different than all of us getting called into these fights with SJWs. To me, they're a fart. That stink will pass. And if I spend all my time on Twitter fighting all these people, you know what I mean, going down one-on-one, I'm wasting my time on something that is ultimately just a tick that has no moral grounding to really impugn any of our character. They're lucky if we step in and fight. They're nothing. This is nothing.
They need us. We don't need them, because we have customers on our side. They're only getting famous off of us, off of ComicsGate.
And the customers are smart. They're smart. They know who's who.
Oh yeah, that's definitely true. Like, I hear from so many different people every day, which is surprising because I still don't think I'm anybody important.
No, you're important and you're doing it right.
You're definitely important. Welcome, Elliot Fernandez. Welcome, John Malin, into the chat.
Oh,
you're important to me.
To me, in my truth.
Good morning, everyone. Chuck Reardon, thanks for $2. Vox wants your fame, not the name.
That's right.
He's more famous than me.
He wants your money.
Atheris Fox, $2. Why not file for a registered trademark? It's $500.
He's not more famous than you in comics.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
That's what he wants.
Vox Corruption YT. Vox only thinks only white people care about civilization and that we should all embrace white rule. All right. Well, look, I mean, I appreciate your guys' counsel. You know, I'm going to debate this. This isn't going to be some out and out debate. I don't, I'm not out to, I just want to set the record straight. And then I'm going to, decide exactly what to do about this, because I do feel I feel like I bear some responsibility, but not that much responsibility. I'm just, it's not like I am not the leader of ComicsGate. So I mean, it's like this isn't my thing. This isn't me maintaining this name. And the other thing is, this name it's just a name. I think the confusing thing is, will people line up behind Vox Day ever? Will Comicsgaters, as we know them now, no matter what they're called, will they line up behind Vox Day? Would they ever buy his comics, work for him? So far, the answer's been no. Would they be supported by him?
We shan't.
Would they stand beside him?
They'd probably line up behind him to push him off a cliff.
Chris W. And if you decide not to fight it, that's fine too. You shouldn't have to pay a ton of cash and time for lawyers. Side note, I can't see your head. Can you see? Oh, because all the little the other blocks are in the way. Can you see me now?
No, because you're wearing a camouflage hat.
Oh,
What does everybody want?
Though really, in your room, it should be yellow.
Yeah, yellow would work better. This stands out like a sore thumb.
Ethan looks like a predator.
Yes. Tamadu says, "Don't waste your money on a lawsuit. Buy more pies." Oh, I got that pumpkin pie in the fridge right now.
Oh man,
You can't do that. You can't.
Everyone in the chat just says no. They're not
Low
going to
carb.
line up behind Vox Day.
Low
These
carb.
are trebuchet for Vox Day.
Yeah, this is what it is. Integer Spin. Thank you for £5. Vox will destroy more than $250,000 in brand equity. Doug is thinking only short term.
Could be.
JZN 145. I recommend getting guidance from the great prophet V. I like V, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to get guidance from him. Spend $25,000 on the trebuchet. Now that's a better use of the money. We can get more use out of that trebuchet. Start flinging people into the air. That's my dream. I just want to fling people into the air. That's all I want.
We need to build you a miniature trebuchet just so you can put little dolls in it and fling them.
Actually,
Like, go right over your back into the background. You have a pile of dolls back there. Guys, trebuchet guy or not? You have a little votive symbolic guy that you stick in that flame. Blam! That'd be great.
Like that haunted doll island.
All those crappy Star Wars toys and
We need to build you a little fling.
Bunch of creepy rose ticos everywhere.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, that would just be a start for me. I would need the real thing before too long. I'd be like serial killers start hurting animals first and then they move on to humans. Like I would start flinging dolls into the air, and before you knew it, I'd want to start flinging people into the air.
The miniatures is just a proof of concept. So then you just scale it all up. You can just blow it up and it'll work.
That's hilarious.
So psychopathic. It's like I want to fling people into the air. What's wrong with that? That's my whole goal. Flinging people into the air. Flood 123. Vox Day needs to be our trebuchet crash test dummy.
Oh
yeah. Vile Corporation YT. Vox would convince people who are on our side that SJWs are right about us because Vox is what the SJWs say we are. Well, that's the whole issue. I mean, that's the problem. That's the problem that we face. It's kind of this is a kind of bullying that this community we put up with a lot. Comics put up with a lot of bullying. This is a new kind of bullying.
If there's no legal ground, then let the guy have it, and we'll take ours. We'll still be ComicsGate too, and we just keep pointing out to everybody that he's a poser. I mean, it'll just be a big back and forth. People are going to understand what's going on here.
Yeah, I think so.
It's got to be a hashtag you could do, like Vox Day's a douche or something like that.
That's given in the name.
A venereal disease is bad for you.
Yeah, venereal disease. Well, I don't know, guys. I don't know. David Tabarov, is it ironic? It's ironic that Vox quoted a Jewish songwriter there. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Open up your hate and let it flow into me. What kind of thing is that to say to another adult?
Is that from a song? I thought that was from Star Wars.
I did too. I thought it was the Emperor at first, and I was like, oh, because I'm Star Wars. No, it isn't. It's from a Disturbed song. sung by a band called Disturbed.
Oh.
Down with the sickness.
Sounds like something Palpatine would say.
Now, the other thing about Vox is you wonder, like, what is he doing this for? Because on the one hand, it's like if he was truly a big comic book fan and really just wanted to co-opt ComicsGate because he wanted to do comic books his way, that would be one thing. I'd have to say, well, we disagree. So, you get your people, do your comics, and, we're going to do our comics over here. But Vox Day actually came out and said, I'm going to teach you comic skaters a lesson. He disassociated himself from this community. And then he said, every time you fuck with the Dark Lord, I'm going to take something away from you. He actually said
That was hilarious.
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, that was just, I want that on a card. I want a sound card of that. I got to get set up better so I can get sound cards. And then he said this was all about Will Callaghan, which is so strange. He said, you messed with Will Callaghan. Will Callaghan
did it to himself.
Will Callaghan basically essentially came out and said, I'm poor and I'm struggling and I would be doing better if ComicsGaters would support me, but I'm not ComicsGate and don't call me ComicsGate.
That's right.
To which we said,
you're not ComicsGate.
You're not ComicsGate. You don't want to be ComicsGate. So what are we supposed to do? How can we help you if you don't want to join this community? And by the way, stop being rude. It's like, stop being rude. There's another way to ask for help other than to call everybody names on Twitter and demand the entitlement. And I understand that, Will's got some stuff going on in his life, but so, the idea that claiming the name ComicsGate is somehow justice for Will Callaghan, who never wanted to be a part of ComicsGate, is odd to me. That's a bit of cognitive dissonance.
And according to Will, the money that came in for his comic book went to Vox, and he didn't get the money. He didn't do the work, but he didn't get the money. So it was Vox who got the money. And
isn't that interesting? And where's the book? Did the book ever come out?
I mean, he could have paid another artist writer. I'm just saying that I don't want to I'm very reluctant to throw Will under the bus, but because that was a weird situation when people were saying, and you didn't deliver a book.
Well, I'm not even throwing Will under the bus. Yeah. I'm simply saying that according to what Will wanted, what Vox is doing is the counter, is the opposite of what Will wanted. Will didn't want to be ComicsGate. So why would you co-opt the name ComicsGate in the name of Will Callaghan?
Yeah, would Will not work for Vox if he's ComicsGate?
He doesn't want to be ComicsGate. Nice job. Now you've just isolated yourself from your friend. Core Plot, $2, tweeted out, pie time, fresh out of the oven. Yeah. Well, I got that pumpkin pie upstairs. I'm going to hit that pretty soon. Time Code Mechanics, Vox Day disassociated himself from ComicsGate. Awesome. Great work, Ethan. He did? What do you mean?
He means in what he did in his action.
Oh yeah.
And in what he said, when he said, I'm coming after comics, or I'm going to take this away from you if you do this to me. That's
I'm going to take this away from you. There's nothing you can possess, Dr. Jones, that I cannot take away. It's funny.
You my bebop. You my bebop. You my bebop.
Yeah. I like it. I like this situation. So we're going to Mundane Box says, stop talking about this crap, please. What does it say? What does the title of this episode say? It says Kill Stream Debate. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the Kill Stream Debate that's going to happen tonight. And will I get a red chair?
For people like me, what's a kill stream?
Kill stream is do you know what internet blood sports is?
Is that the Kumite thing?
The Kumite, the kill stream. What's the other one? There were three of them. Basically, yeah, the kill stream is run by Ethan Ralph, and the kill stream is the live stream that exposed Mundane Matt. So they're really, really good at this, and we will go on there. Who knows who will be in there? I think some pretty big name YouTubers who might have sympathies one way or another, but not necessarily. It's going to be a neutral staging ground. And, look, if I'm a charlatan and, an egotist and all this, it's going to come out pretty quick. You know, it's I'm going to get exposed pretty damn quick on that kill stream. Those guys are smart. So there's going to be a debate between me and Vox Day on the kill stream. They're hoping that it'll be a fight. They're hoping it'll be entertaining so they can chop it up into bits and pieces and circulate it all over the
pay-per-view,
like they did to Mundane Matt.
You better iron your shirt.
I'm not gonna iron nothing. I'm this is who I am. Matt Hayes, thanks for $2. Brand recognition, 1.5 million in how many months? 4 months.
Show up with pie stains all over your shirt.
Yes, with pie all over my face.
Just
Let me
eat
tell
pie
you
the whole
something.
thing.
So if I do badly, I can just blame it on the pie. You know, it's like I was under the influence.
Bad pie.
You should dip your fists in broken glass and glue and do a tongue po.
do like Hot Shots Part 2 and dip them in gummy bears and sprinkles.
Midnight Chair TV, Jersey style. His books will sleep with the fishes. Yeah, well, you know.
Even for tonight, we got to get you an even bigger throne. Go to a thrift store and get like a giant red, like 12-foot tall throne.
You don't think I'll look like Lily Tomlin?
Yeah, you
That's what I'm worried about. Kelly, ES Autumn Cultro should be Dark Lord's motto. I don't know what that is. I don't know Latin. That's is that Latin or is that Greek?
Get a mock-up of the Iron Throne.
Yeah, I would like that. As long as it's comfortable, you know. As long as it's hydraulic as well. Mark C.
On it.
Yeah, I'd put a nice cushion and I'd have the hydraulic so I could lift and lower. That's important. Mark C. In his live stream, he calls us ComicsGate, thereby separating himself from ownership of the name. Does his language have legal implications? I don't think so. I think what he's saying basically is, hey, look, I got this label, and he's saying anyone can use it if they want to. It belongs to me. Anyone can use it. I'm giving you permission to use this label that I created that ties ComicsGate back to me. So that's basically what he's doing. And is he offering to publish people? I think so.
And Ethan, he already basically just in having that letter, if he presented that to a legal case, saying even if he gets ComicsGate, he just now gave me permission to always use it. So
well, no, but that's
can't protect it from any ComicsGater because he's just said that anyone can use it. So it's just
absolutely
it doesn't make sense.
Well, it's not about that. I think it really is just about tying ComicsGate permanently to his belief system. Mm-hmm. So I own this thing, but you can use it. But by using it, you're admitting that you are associated with me, Vox Day. Liam, serious, a bigger throne for Killstream is a must. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe, maybe just be me.
Get a milking stool. Get a milking stool to prove your humility.
I can't be. Yeah, right. I'll just be in a barn somewhere.
I can't
like milking a cow and just like, well, this is what he's done to me. Colonel Comics, Teddy B is playing 40 checkers against himself. Teddy B is Teddy Beal, Vox Day. Yeah, I don't know. Again,
just call him Teddy every time you refer to him on the stream. Don't call him Vox. Call him Teddy when you're debating him.
Ted. Just Ted.
Listen, Theodore.
Ted talk.
Alvin!
He doesn't like that. He did say he doesn't like that. He says that people, do that to intimidate him. It's their attempt to dox him over and over again. He says, I chose the name Vox Day for a reason. It's like, I don't want to be called, Theodore Beale, even though it's my real name. So that's people just exercising power over me, he said. By the way, Brand is up to $26,421. Thank you for your support. Those people who have not yet backed Brand by Antonio Bryce, Cannon White, the link is in the description below. Doug TenNapel's Bigfoot Bill, also $52,799.
Whoa.
We'll get to 53. We'll get to 53 pretty quickly.
At 55, Ben Hennessy is going to live stream the Bigfoot Bill Earthworm Jim tattoo application on his side. His wife decided it goes on his side.
Yeah, we heard about that. I don't know how many people want to look at Ben Hennessy's flesh.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a car wreck. It's going to be a car wreck.
Yeah, it's going to be really. I think people will tune in. Maybe people will tune in to see that.
It's going to be,
cry,
he'll be
Ben.
screaming in terror as Bill and Jim, and a giant American flag are applied to his flesh. It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah. $73,232. Cyberfrog Blood Honey, and we've got 17 hours to go. All right, guys, I got to wrap it up. Got a doctor's appointment today. Got some things to do. And I appreciate everyone. I appreciate your super chats. Colonel Comics, Teddy B, the Dork Lord. Thank you for that. $2. Appreciate you guys as usual. And I guess stay tuned to Twitter and find out when and if this is going to happen. I think it will happen. It might happen today. I kind of hope it does happen today. I'm in the mood for it today. Yeah, and then come and visit the dark stream. Watch me get annihilated by Box Day. Watch me get destroyed by Box Day on the kill stream. It should be fun. Yeah, you never know. Hey, thanks everyone. Oh, by the way, Elliot Fernandez is here, and I didn't even get to promote your thing, Elliot. We were right in the middle of a pretty heavy project. Elliot Fernandez has an Indiegogo campaign up. It is called, let me just put this up real quick. Elliot Fernandez.
It's doing really well, by the way. I want to thank everybody for that.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that it,
Yeah, it was like #1 in the trending in the art section. Also.
Yeah, it's hard to find. So hold on, man. I have to go to this crowdfunding center site and then find the link that way. So annoying.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it too. Hey, you pretty much type everything. Black, red, Elliot Fernandez.
If you do Elliot Fernandez, it comes up. Yeah, I'm at 2778 right now.
Nice.
Good job.
All right, so let's let me get that link. Let me put it in the chat.
I'm 2 backers away from an even 900. I hate the odd numbers, so I need 2 backers. My people.
My people.
My people.
All right. Yeah, I'm just trying to put this in the. All right, so Elliot Fernandez's black and red art book.
Yeah.
Is doing pretty great. Yesterday he came to us. It was like it's $606, I think. And now look at it. Elliot Fernandez. Fernandez's book here. All right. So if you haven't yet backed Elliot, man, the price is really reasonable, and it's a big deal. And who else is in here? We've got. We got Donald, but Donald doesn't have a book yet. Okay, so John Malin.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it!
That's right.
This art looks fantastic. This is the first I've seen of it. It looks good.
Oh, thank you.
I'm
He's
getting
so
in.
good, Doug.
I'm getting in, man.
Check his
Black, red, and white. I love it.
check out his Instagram. He's so good.
Oh gosh,
It is
I'm getting
insane.
in. I'm getting in.
I'm getting misty, guys. This is beautiful.
Calm down, Mike. Calm down.
John Malin's at $50,702 right now. Yesterday we cleared that $50,000 mark, which was.
Oh, nice. Sashi gets that bonus, right?
Is that what it is?
Oh, Nerd Wonder gets
Nerd
bonus.
Wonder.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, that'll make her one of the highest paid independent artists by page rate in the comics industry.
That's awesome.
Fabulous.
She gets another one for every 50,000 raised, so we can get her past the Marvel rate and even higher.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
She's a good.
wow.
She's a good kid.
Oh wait, I goofed. I accidentally put brand under. They're yelling at me in the chat. They're trying to back Elliot. All right.
It's like soy brand.
Oh, and just real quick, because I was being called a cuck in the chat. Look, guys, if you put F-bombs in your post, the chat automatically hides it. So it goes into a review. That's not me. But if you are dropping one of 2 F-bombs, then yeah, I will remove your comment.
They can do that though. I'm cool with that. They can drop F-bombs.
No,
I
the other F-bomb, the
Oh,
FA.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. All right. I want freedom of speech. I want people to be able to say what they want as long as it's not abusive towards anyone. Like as long as it's not. Oh, and well, I don't
they're
know.
definitely directed at certain people. So,
all right. So we just fixed Elliot Fernandez's link. Boom, fantastic. All right, so now you guys can back Elliot Fernandez. The link is right there. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much for all your support. Appreciate you. And we will be back later. Like I said, stay tuned for news about the kill stream debate. We'll see if we can make that happen. That'll be fun.
I'll be there.
It's going to be good. I'm getting some popcorn.
Adios. Bye-bye.